contrary to popular belief, hula hoops have been around for centuries. You ask any American what a hula hoop is, and they pretty much know what it is. Whether or not they can do it is another question. But Egyptian children have played with hula hoops made out of dried grapevines. The Greeks used them as a way to prepare for the Olympics and just become physically fit. They were usually made out of grapevines or reeds. This is a vase in the Louvre. It's dated 500 BC, and it's from Greece. That's Ganymede rolling a hoop. There's no evidence of him being in the Olympics, though. And then after that, hoops became popular in Great Britain. They kind of took a little bit of a hiatus. These are more hoops that were done around the waist and also rolled with a stick. The hoops in the 1950s were also mainly done around the waist. Those are from Whammo, if any of you guys remember that. Whammo was started in 1958 by a pair of friends. They actually stole the idea of a hula hoop from the Australians. The Australians originally made it out of bamboo, and they started stripping it to kids in gym classes. This is a Native American hooper. Native Americans have been doing it since about 400 BC, and they would tell stories with hula hoops. They would make eagles and coyotes and tell stories of cowboys coming and stealing away the Indians with dozens of hoops, and they were all very fast, rhythmic motions. This is actually another Whammo product, a little plunger hula hoop hat, and if you ask Americans what they think of hula hoops, they always have very warm, affectionate memories of them, I think because it just reminds everyone to be a kid. By the 1960s, hula hoop sales were sagging, so ball bearings were added into them, and we got the affectionate term shoop shoop hula hoop. And lots of different stars were seen hula hooping everywhere, and it became very, very popular. And then it started to die down a little bit more, but it was popular all throughout the 1980s. And if you think about it, it's a wonderful form of exercise. You burn about 200 to 400 calories every half an hour, which is why kids in gym classes were doing it. And it's just as effective as running or jumping rope. These are kids in Australia. They're using the original bamboo hula hoops. The original price for a hula hoop from Whammo at the height of its popularity was $1.98. And at the height of production, the factory made about 20,000 hula hoops in a day. Here we have some nuns having fun using one of those 20,000 hula hoops they made in a day. I charge about $25 now. That's about the modern going rate. I'm going to make about a dozen in a day because I make them all by hand out of spike tape, polyethylene tubing, which is what you use for sprinklers. Right here we have an acrobatic hooper. They started becoming more popular in the 1960s. This is 300 hula hoops. This little child holds the world record. And we had a lot of Chinese acrobats come around in the 1960s, incorporating rhythmic gymnastics in with hula hooping. In the 1990s, string cheese incident brought back hula hooping. They encouraged everyone at their concerts to dance and just be free. They also created these little stickers that went on the walking signs that sort of spread the craze of hula hooping a little bit more. And then after that, it had a little bit of a lull, and recently, within the past 3 or 4 years, it's become very popular. This is a woman at Burning Man. Burning Man happens every year in Nevada, and it's an open forum for hoopers. It's also clothing optional. You'll see a lot of smart hoops, like this one there. Hula hoops now go up to about $500, but there's a million different settings that you can put on it. I can actually have someone control this hoop from the audience and have all the different settings going on. Now, hula hoops have moved into fitness studios and gyms. People have realized how much you can burn with a hula hoop. It strengthens your back, it strengthens your abs, and the rhythmic motion can also strengthen your arms, especially if you do the Native American arm-style hooping as well. There is a very fancy LED hoop. If you put a slow shutter speed on a camera, you can actually trace the trails and spell out words with hoops. It's kind of awesome. It's just very hard to orchestrate something like that. It takes about 20 tries with all of your friends. You can do the same thing with fire. Hula hoops have also become very fashionable. I've been quoted as having hula hoops carried like high fashion accessories. Chanel decided to throw a hula hoop oversized bag down the runway in 2013, and people are still talking about it. I really kind of want one. They're just very expensive. I've also had a lot of people ask me if I can make certain versions of these, and yes, I can. The benefits of hula hooping are to increase flexibility, tone your body, improve your blood circulation, and fight stress. And of course, lose weight, because you're losing 200 to 400 calories every half an hour just hooping. And that way it's fun, it's entertaining, and you can actually remember to do it. If you buy a treadmill, it's probably going to end up hanging up your laundry after a while. A hula hoop will always be a hula hoop, and it will always make people smile. Beyonce hula hoops to, quote, whittle her middle. We have Michelle Obama hooping as a part of her Let's Move campaign to battle childhood obesity, which she's also seen on Nickelodeon's Noggin Network on a commercial hula hooping. We have Shaq that hula hoops to help his tight lower back. We have Arnold Schwarzenegger, who also hoops because it's good cardio. We have Kelly Osbourne here, who has lost about 70 pounds hula hooping, which is an amazing weight loss. And she says that she does it every single day for at least an hour, and she can't wait to come home and hula hoop. Here she is on Self Magazine. I myself teach at Cleveland Exotic Dance Monday nights at 6 o'clock. I have a beginner class, and then I have a more advanced class where Michelle Obama might be seen, maybe. No, most of my students are actually in their mid-50s. My target audience is women about 50 to 60, and they realize how good hula hooping can become a part of a regular fitness routine that they can actually remember to do, and it makes them happy doing it rather than having to feel like they're going to the gym. You can hoop on every single part of your body. This is me hooping on my feet. You can actually do Pilates moves while transferring the hoop from one foot to the other. I also do burlesque shows. I do circus performances at bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs. I've done museum openings before. This is me at the Cleveland Aquarium, and I've actually entertained sharks before hula hooping. They love this little LED light, and especially when it reflects off of sequins, it looks kind of like scales, and they're in my little feather headdress. I guess I can also put shark entertainer on my resume. But all in all, hula hoops has completely changed. It started a revolution. I actually had somebody that I knew walking around outside with their hula hoops, and I was able to coerce them to come in. Thank you very much.